Let me start by saying hi, I'm Robert. This is my second video in front of a webcam. My first video was made in my mother tongue, Dutch, well received by friends and family. So I raised up the bar a little, because I'm more a mathematician than I have any flair for languages. So here's my English version. I tried to follow the innovators of the past into the realms of philosophy, regarding the matter, devision of power. It's a body of thought converted to a model. The model I made almost 8 years ago has got the title Dynamic Power Pyramid. It's a top view of a pyramid, so in that way it's three-dimensional, but it's divided in 4 categories of power. In total, the pyramid exists out of 12 dimensions. I will start to explain how 3 dimensions work within one triangle. After that, I'm gonna take a look around the whole pyramid in a time perspective, and I will finish with some classical friction surfaces. But let me start by telling something regarding truth. What is truth? According to some great philosophers, Wallace Stevens, perhaps the truth depends on a walk around a lake, a composing as the body tires, a stop to see hepatica, a stop to watch, a definition growing certain and a weight within that certainty, a rest. In the swags of pine trees bordering the lake, perhaps there are times of inherent excellence. Gustave Courbet. Beauty, like truth, is relative to the time when one lives, and to the individual who can grasp it. The expression of beauty is indirect ratio to the power of conception the artist has acquired. Robert Schuurman. Personal truth is absolute. It becomes more difficult with more persons. 2 persons, then there must be found truth as a compromise between 2 opposite positions. But when we talk about flow or movement within society, there's always an aspect of time, so truth becomes variable. To define truth, you must be divorced from the issues. But back to business. The center of gravity, in relation to a triangle or a pyramid, I assume the truth lies somewhere in between. Take for example philosophy, covering 3 dimensions of thinking. Philosophy is the study of fundamental nature of knowledge, and reality and existence. The 3 dimensions of thinking are axiology, which seeks to understand the nature of values and value judgment; epistemology, the nature of knowledge, justification and the rationality of belief; and ontology, nature, being, becoming, existence or reality. Back to the pyramid. Triangle 1. Every triangle exists out of 3 corners. The corners are most powerful. The first triangle is the power which we sometimes call the foundation of power, religion. In the second corner we can find as counterparts spirituality. In the top of the triangle is God. The religion part believes in a God above. The spiritual part tries to find the divine from within themselves. Triangle 2. In the first corner we find politics. The second corner, military. I must say the intention of building a military is in the first period about defense. In the top of the triangle we find fatherland, who both politics and military contribute to. To remark the time era we speak of, God and country. Triangle 3 is about guarantee power and stability. In the first corner we find the constitutional power, or royal power. The second corner is about contest against excesses, intern and extern. For a great part we find this power in intelligence services. In the top of triangle 3 we find the elite, which is derived from the two other corners. Triangle 4. It's about expansion. First corner is about industry. The second is only about the Benjamins, in other words, financial. In the top of triangle 4 we find the globalist. These are the upstream tugs of war by moving industry and money globally, not to benefit people, but it's all about financial gain. Empirical rule, to more money, the bigger the lie. Unfortunate, we seem to live in triangle 4, where the lie seems to rule. But don't feel bad, the next round of the pyramid is about to start. Tour of inspection. Let's make a round regarding nowadays. 1. Review mirror. 2. Where we currently are living. 3. The front view mirror, where we're going. And 4. Oblivion. This means normally we hold the government responsible for problems within society, and theoretical we are right. But in practice, that's not where the center of power is situated. You must imagine that some multi-concerns have a gross revenue which exceeds the gross revenue of many countries. Countries with a low gross revenue are underdogs and only become interesting if there is a future possibility there is money to gain. I think we really need new common norms and values. My final chapter is about the classical friction surfaces. When we go back to the complete pyramid, we can see the blue lines and the letters A to E. Let's take a closer look at the classical friction surface. Friction surface A is between scribes and businessmen, or better said, between religion and money. Of course we can see an affected world by money, also within the churches. I must say that the first intention to raise money is to help the poor, but in the time era we live nowadays, it seems churches are being used by a later power in the pyramid, like politics or industry, to create a platform for their ideas and to fundraise for their so-called good causes. In practice, this could mean money raised within the church is later used to buy weapons to protect companions of the church in another country. The discussion if war of nowadays finds its cause in religion, theoretical, yes, if you believe religion is the foundation of power. Practically, religion is just used to split people for their financial benefit. Friction surface B is between spiritual thinkers and politicians. Deviation point is the first group are out-of-the-box thinkers. The second group try to manage a framework. The second group, politicians, is about consensus. But with the first group you can expect the least expected. Friction surface C is between patriots and soldiers. In some way the intentions of an army is to build the protection for the people. Patriots are protectors of ideas and laws of constitution, or from their foundation. The last but nowadays very interesting friction surface D is between a secret agent versus industrialist. At first they use each other for their own gain, but after a while it becomes a man fight about who has the biggest. Behind the scenes it's a fight between the top of triangle 3 and the top of triangle 4. In other words, the elite versus the globalist. And many people don't see the difference between the Rothschilds or Bill Gates, or elements like the Federal Reserve and IMF, or between the Bank of England and Goldman Sachs. This last friction I find really intriguing. And with that I close my truth. Bye.